Hello, and welcome to Ago Ago Game. I'm your host, Old Man Kobayashi, and today we're going to be building some seawalls. So, you can use the seawalls for all sorts of things. I've used it to build this little port area, as well as to outline my city against the ocean. So, how do you do that? Well, it's pretty easy. Let me show you how. So, let's go over here to an area with no wall. And we will start. So first we're going to go to our terrain tools here. I'm going to take this soften tool just to make this a little bit easier on us. Soften out this little area. Now what we're going to do is take a look here. You'll see this white line is the sea level. That's the sea level here. I'm going to take the white line and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we will select that height by clicking the right mouse button. We'll turn our brush strength all the way up, and we'll turn our brush strength down here, and we will flatten out some land. So you want to flatten out a fair amount of land here, because if you don't, you can see here we can build here, but if you see that sometimes you'll get close to the edge and it'll tell you that you're actually building on water. So you always want to try to flatten out a bit more land than you actually want. So we will make a little road here. And you always need the road to attach to something to get this to work the way that I like it to work. Okay, so I've built my road here. Now I'm going to go back to my terraforming tool. I'm going to go back to my nice softened area here just because it makes it easier to choose the terrain lines and go just one above the sea level. So you're just one above, just in the space above the white line here. Right click on that again. What we're going to do is we're going to bring it in here. And my cursor there is just along the sidewalk, and hopefully that's just enough. Now I press my B to get my bulldozer, and I bulldoze this street. And then if I've lined this up properly, as I build there, I've got my seawall. And it's just as easy as that. Sometimes if you don't quite line it up, for example, if you've misaligned here and this is a little bit in like that, and you build, you'll notice you'll get some lines like that, and you can see that you've got seawall in parts of it and not seawalls in other parts. So this part has the wall here, this part has the wall, these parts don't. So if you do get something like that, you just need to come back, pick that terrain height again, and try again. And now it's not working. So you can actually see here that we've got seawall, and then it disappears around here. So we know that we want this to come out just a little bit. And then we try again. So sometimes if you don't get it quite right the first time, just fiddle around a little bit. Sometimes even your snap to here, if you snap here or here, sometimes, as you can see, if I snap here, no seawall. Snap here, seawall, snap here, seawall. So sometimes you got to like get your snap a little bit different. So now I'm going to come back here. I'm going to choose one of these lines. It doesn't really matter, whichever you think looks good. You can come in and push up here. What I like to do here, though, is to get that white line about with the yellow line there. Usually looks pretty good. You see I've gone a little bit too far here, so it's going to come back and touch that up. And then when I actually run the simulation, the water will come in right up to the wall. And it looks very, very nice, just like that. Now, one of the things you might have a trouble with is building roads after you've built your seawalls. So if I try to build the road on here, you see, oh, I'm on water. So what you want to do is just come back, pick this terrain height, scoot the land just past the road there. You can build, come back to your terrain tools, and just come back and smooth that out again. So if that does happen, it doesn't happen all the time, but if it does, that's the way to solve that problem. So that's how you build seawalls, and you can use that to all sorts of different effects to make a nice, pleasant looking water's edge for your city. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope to see you again later. Goodbye.